Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Dr. Trey Patterson. Trey, I want to thank you for being here. I have my cheat sheet so I don't leave anything off, and I want to make sure I get this all right. So let's dive right into it. Let's talk about it and tell us a little bit about the Beef Checkoff's National Beef Quality Audit. Let's just go right into it.
All right. Well, the National Beef Quality Audit is funded by the Beef Checkoff. It's a research program that occurs every 5 years. We've done it for 25 years now, and really what it is, it's an inward look at the beef industry, a set of guideposts and measurements of how we're doing to conform to quality standards in the beef industry.
I know you probably get some questions from producers. How does this help producers, farmers, and ranchers?
Well, one of the things that comes out of the beef quality audit is identification of where our shortcomings are, where we can improve, and what successes we've had. And so being able to identify those, things like injection site lesions, carcass blemishes, those type of things really come to the forefront, and we're able to focus on those. Now, Beef Quality Assurance, that program allows producers to adopt the principles that will correct those issues that we're identifying through the National Beef Quality Audit. The whole idea is to improve consumer confidence and demand for beef.
And I think that's one thing. I know you're a big proponent of this, but that producers do need to understand it's all within their benefit. You're doing this for the producers, for their benefit. So tell us a little bit about if you do have a cattle rancher or a producer that comes up to you and asks, what are we going to gain from this? I know you touched on a little bit, but tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I know, in the operation that I manage, a Padlock Ranch, using beef quality assurance is about doing the little things right. It's good management, and it's good for the industry. And so being able to incorporate those principles into your production practices is sustaining for the business at hand. But it's a bigger look at the industry and what are our consumers telling us that they want. What is our data showing us that we need to improve on?
Do you think this data is more important to have for the consumer end or for the producers?
I think those go hand in hand. I get that question a lot, is who is it important to? Obviously, we want to be consumer focused. But those things, it's like the same concept as conservation and profitability. They go hand in hand in the industry. And so being able to work on improving things, like this, for example, this current audit, we've showed that we've been able to keep blemishes and carcass defects low, things that we worked on 25 years ago. We've continued to be able to sustain those, and we've also been able to get quality higher, more marbling in meat, choice and prime carcasses. But one thing we saw this time, though, is we're seeing an increase in condemnations of livers. And so it's just, hey, here's a heads up. Let's not push this thing too far where we get out of balance. And so being able to put those together, I think, is a win-win.
If anybody wants any questions about BQA, how can they go about getting that?
Well, you can go to the website bqa.org and get certified. I mean, you can do that free now. We have online modules to get certified. There's state BQA coordinators you can contact. And then once you get certified and adopt those principles, tell others about it. I think it's the right thing to do for our industry.
I think you're right. I want to thank you for being on here and educating us a little bit and sharing a little more with us. When we come back to very special guests, don't go anywhere.